Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. The moon lagna is very important, and we also give a lot of importance to the moon's nakshatra, in which nakshatra moon lies, and so the placement of planets with respect to the moon, in conjunction with the moon, aspecting the moon become very important, because moon denotes your mental presence, your mental thought, your consciousness, and your ability to make the choices based on your attachments, your emotions. So planets from moon is a series which we have been doing, and among them the nodes, which is the Rahu and Ketu, these two energies become very important. So I am going to today talk about the Ketu's placement from 12 different houses from the moon, what different permutations, combinations it brings in, what are the different results it can bring in, what are the different manifestations that it can accrue, and what are the probabilities that Ketu creates in the 12 houses from the moon. Now when Ketu is in the first house from the moon, or in the same house as the moon, or conjunct with the moon, I have already done a series of planets conjunctions with different planets, in which I have also covered moon's conjunction with Ketu. So you can look at that video. That will also give you a in-depth perspective of moon's conjunction with Ketu. But now that we are already into this series of Ketu's different placements, so let's also revisit moon's conjunction with Ketu. Now when Ketu lies with any planet, it tends to detach you from the larger manifestations of the planet, of that house, and of the sign. So when Ketu is conjunct with the moon, one of the things it makes it very difficult is to accrue the best results from moon. So in terms of your emotional attachments, in terms of your ability to be able to show empathy, show your emotional closeness towards somebody, your emotional results or choices with somebody is also reduced considerably. So what Ketu does is, on one end, you are not able to put forth your actual emotions easily in front of people, and you are not able to show strong attachments also to people. So Ketu in some way loosens the attachment that you have, loosens your ability to be able to show emotions or also get emotions from others also. So there is always this gap between how much you are able to get and how much you are able to give. Not that you are not able to give more, but you are not able to demonstrate your emotions as strongly. You are not able to demonstrate your attachments very strongly. So many times you are left struggling for the emotional attachment, to be able to also feel the attachment, the attraction, the emotional nourishment, the emotional support from other people also. Secondly, because moon is also about your assets, so Ketu also dries up your assets, makes it difficult for you to have a materialistic results from its conjunction with Ketu. So what Ketu does is, unless you are more giving, you are somebody who wants to do more, you are not looking at materialistic results. Even in your emotions, you don't mind so much. Of course we mind, but you are ready, or you accepted the notion that I will be able to do more for others. Then maybe someday they will also realize, maybe someday they may also be able to come forward and shower me with the same emotional nourishment, care, love and support that I do. So only with that, over a period of time, will you also get materialistic benefits of that, where your hand is open, you also have an upper hand in terms of giving. When you carry that notion, when you carry that feeling, when you carry that approach, then Ketu also gives you better results over a period of time. When Ketu is in the second house from the moon, any planet which is in the second house from any planet, that is affecting the nourishment or the earning or the livelihood or the gains from that planet. So when Ketu goes into the second house from the moon, Ketu also dries up or detaches one from the nourishment that you get in terms of your livelihood, in terms of your earning, in terms of your ability to be able to attract higher earning, higher livelihood also. So what it shows, that unless you are able to nourish others, you are able to do more for others, you are able to also, whatever responsibility you have, whatever career that you are involved in, whatever team that you are working in, unless you are more giving, you are supporting more, you are contributing more to the role, to the department, to the team, till you are able to do that, you may not be able to see the higher livelihood or the earning potential. So the money in the bank is something which Ketu may dry up unless you are able to give more, contribute more and do more. This is also a placement where you may not feel very strong emotional support from the family that you are born in. This is the family I'm talking about, which house that you are born in. And so sometimes a person struggles to be able to at least feel whether the family is giving the nourishment, the support is the secondary thing. But the person may not feel that I'm being supported enough, I'm being loved enough, I'm being cared enough. Sometimes the person may feel I'm not as important as other members in the family. And so this is also a placement where the person may end up doing much more for family to keep them satisfied, whether the family that they are born in or the family that they make later. And usually they end up with almost no money in the bank, not a very strong financial security. However, the spiritual earning for this person is very high. The other thing it does is it also detaches you from the need for very good food, very rich food, or being a foodie. Of course, nobody is not a foodie in that term, that everybody likes to eat, but this is not a person who will go 100 kilometers just to eat something special, will not lavish a lot of money. This is a person who, though may be a foodie, but will not go to extreme lengths to be able to get his emotional needs, to get his nourishment needs in terms of food. On the other hand, this person should be careful not to get into addictions, because this is a placement where if the person gets into addiction like either alcohol or smoking, then it will be difficult to give up. When Ketu is in the third house from the moon, Ketu is in the third house of effort from the moon, but this is also about the emotional effort, which means you may be putting in more effort to people, to family, to also your responsibilities, to your projects and to your communication. However, the results that you get back may not be as satisfying for you. So usually this is a person who may put in a lot of effort to get his work done, whether in his career or in his project or in his family or with friends or even in his romantic relations. However, many times the person has to put in more effort to be understood, to be able to put his or her message across. And the same thing also goes in terms of the ability to be able to get the emotional satisfaction from the work done. Many times this so happens, we do our work and we feel, okay, the work is done, I've done my work for my money, that is enough. But many times we also want the emotional satisfaction, the mental satisfaction that we want from our work. So however hard you put into work, many times you are left being not completely satisfied. There is always something which you want to do more, or you feel that you should have done more to be able to get complete satisfaction. Or you may be in a career or job which doesn't give you complete mental satisfaction. So this is the struggle where you may be earning a lot, you may be working in good companies, you may even be having a good designation, maybe the corner office, yet somehow deep within you don't feel completely mental satisfaction from the work you do, unless you're working hard on doing something for the larger society. If you're working for the larger society, not thinking so much about yourself, then you feel more mental satisfaction, though from a material perspective it may not be a situation for you. On the other hand, this may also be that your attachment towards sibling may not be very high, or you are able to show your attachment towards sibling, show that you love and care, but they may not be as attached to you. This also may detach you from trying to work on doing something of your own, because it makes it difficult for you. So many times you're left thinking, if you want to do something of your own rather working for somebody, it is not easy for you to first be able to detach you from working under somebody, doing something of your own and being successful and getting the mental satisfaction from that work. When Ketu is in the fourth house from the moon, the person may sometimes feel detached from mother itself. Ketu with the moon in the first house may also give similar results, where you feel detachment from the mother, detachment from the love and affection from the mother, as well as Ketu in the fourth from the moon may also feel that the person may not have got enough love, support, affection from the mother, or there is some distance from the mother. Either the mother is pining for you and for some reason there is distance, you are not able to get back to mother, you are not able to show love and affection to mother, or there is some physical as well as emotional distance, because of which there is some gap between how much you can do for the mother and how much mother can do for you. The other thing it does is this makes you work very hard for getting assets or building assets, and the harder you work, for assets, the more difficult it seems to be able to make large assets. And if you make one asset, to make another one will take a lot of time. The other thing is, this also doesn't allow you to get the maximum emotional support, emotional satisfaction from your domestic life. You may end up doing much more for the family, for your spouse, for your kids, yet somehow you feel either you're not doing enough because you want to do more and more, and also sometimes you feel that you're not being reciprocated enough, especially from your spouse. And it so also happens, this may also detach you from your place of residence, from even your motherland, over a period of time, and you may struggle to keep going back to that place. So whichever city you're being born in, usually you'll end up in a city living very far from it, maybe far enough that you are not able to go regularly, or your roots, attachment with the roots is not strong enough. This is a good placement if you are doing more for others, you're giving off more through your education, then this will be able to give you good assets over a period of time. Higher education, which you are specifically doing to give back to society, to give back in a larger way to society, will surely give you big gains. And this is also placement where money, assets, material results will come to you when you least expect it. When Ketu is in the 5th house from the moon, this is the strong placement where whenever you feel that you are attracted towards somebody, you want to be with somebody, you are even in love with somebody, there it may be a challenge to be able to firstly approach the person, secondly get a yes from the person who you feel. Not that you'll be bereft of any romantic attachments, you may not be able to get into a relationship. However, this is not an easy placement to be able to get the best romantic nourishment from your partner, and you are struggling to be able to get into a relationship where you feel completely fulfilled, both romantically, also getting the love and affection or being desired by the partner, as well as the relationship lasting long. So usually this is a placement where there may be many flings in your life and you don't feel attached enough. So either the person breaks off the relationship with you, or after some time, because you feel lost, you don't feel this is serving you, so you also let go of the attachment. And this is not only about your romantic relationship where you are not able to approach, or even if it happens, you're not able to get enough fulfillment. This happens in the other areas also. For example, in your relationship with the children, many a time it so happens you feel that you are not able to have enough access with the children, because after some time, usually it so happens children move away from you, maybe for studies, maybe you are too busy, maybe you are not in the same city, but for some reason there is this emotional detachment from the children, or access to the children may be less. On the other hand, you may have children who may not be completely happy with you, and they will always be complaining, and they may feel that they didn't get enough of either your attention, either your time, or maybe the quality time that they want to spend with you, that you may not have been able to, though you're still around the house. And even from your investment, you don't get the mental satisfaction. Not that you may not be earning good money, but somehow the amount of return that you want from your investment, sometimes Ketu detaches you from that. Initial education may also not be easy. It will be difficult. Sometimes during your school days, early school days, you may have also fallen ill, because of which it may not have been easy. Not that you must have lost a year, but some of the years in your school may not have been easy. When Ketu is in the 6th house from the moon, this is a very good placement for a service oriented person. This whole person's approach is about how I can do more, how I can serve more. But usually this person may not be able to get the maximum acknowledgement in his or her work, or not be able to get favors or returns also from the job that they're doing. So sometimes it so happens that they may start off with a lot of vigor, lot of energy, but midway through, or after some few years into their career, or maybe after a decade, they feel they're not able to get enough. So sometimes they lose the notion of being able to do more for others or working under somebody, though they still like the idea of being able to contribute. So sometimes it so happens they don't care what is the competition at work. They are not so much into the grapevine. They are not so much into who's saying what behind my back, who's saying what behind my back, who's trying to conspire against me. So this person is not so attached. This person is somebody who will go work and then get on with his life, or go back home, and is not so worried about who is trying to do what. So usually what happens, the competition may win over this person. Either there is no competition for the person, nobody is really bothered about you because you're not in the rat race. You are hardly getting into the politics of trying to get ahead. So usually you're not even in the race. Why would somebody waste their time even thinking about you if you're not in the race? So sometimes either there is no competition, or even when there is competition, because you're a good person, you're always contributing. So many times people don't take your competition to be as seriously as some other competition. So usually this is a person who may not be very strongly attached to work or competition or trying to grow over others. So usually this person takes time to be able to grow into service. Whatever work they do, there will be some societal cause that they will be serving directly or indirectly. This is also good for people who are in the medical profession, maybe pharmaceuticals, maybe surgical equipment or whatever. Some connections with healing, problem solving, technology may also be there, and there may be also some degree of animal welfare or working for NGOs that may also be there. When Ketu is in the 7th house from the moon, the emotional attachments to partner or through partnership, or getting complete emotional satisfaction from your partnership, from your romantic relations, or from your committed relationship. There may be not a complete satisfaction that you feel. There is always, you feel that I can do something more, or you may feel the partner could have done something more. So because of which there is always this gap. There is never a complete balance between what you have done or what you feel you have done or what the partner is also able to give you. So usually this person will feel that there is something always missing. Some degree of not being completely fulfilled is also there. So either sexually the person may not be fulfilled, or mentally the person may not be fulfilled, or the ability to be able to be cherished, taken care of, or feeling somebody who is very important or desired is something which the person may miss. And usually one person of the partnership or of the couple may feel that there is less balance, where I am doing more, other person is doing less. And this also doesn't help you getting into partnerships with other people even at work easily. So in a team environment, it is difficult for you to be able to contribute and to be seen as somebody who is contributing. Usually this is also a placement where even in a team environment, when you're working very hard, somebody else may take the fruits of labor even over you. So the notion of being able to work in a team and also gaining from the team is very less. Even in a team environment where you're the leader of a team, usually you will struggle with the team to be able to get the complete confidentiality, the loyalty and the commitment also of the team. When Ketu is in the 8th house from the moon, this is a very spiritual placement, but this has a lot of both positive denotations as well as negative denotation. Ketu in 8th from the moon can give you a very good profession, especially when you can become doctors, connected to research, connected to surgery, connected to any healing, even emergency services, or you coming up with new ideas or even new medicines through your research to be able to solve problems, either technology oriented problems or health or medicine oriented challenges. On the other hand, the other energies, the negative energies or the hidden energies or the mystical energies, the paranormal energies also come into question. So this is a person who may have weird dreams, may have a sense of deja vu, and when they are going through those areas which are most secluded, they may feel some presence, some energy also around them. They also may have a feeling that they have been in some place or been there, done that, and they may also be very intuitive. Especially if you work hard on your intuition, or if your moon is weak, then you will find a very, very strong intuition also being developed. Sometimes people with Ketu in the 8th house can also, if they delve into negative energies, they can become somebody who are able to do certain things with the paranormal energies, like being an ojha, like being a shaman, like somebody who can do into black magic or curing through black magic, or somebody who is very good at occult and a number of subjects in occult. The person will be good at astrology, the person will be good in palmistry, the person may be good in numerology. So a number of, even Kabbalah for example, so a number of alternate healing, problem solving methods using the paranormal also can be this placement as well. So somebody who is able to deal or use energies of both the positive or the negative world can be this energy. On the other hand, this can give you either a strong attachment towards sexuality, wanting a lot of sexual intimacy, but you don't get fulfilled enough. How much ever you must be indulging, even if you have 10 people who you're indulging in, after some time you may be satiated in the present, but after some time you want more, or you seem to be completely detached from the notion of wanting the sexual fulfillment. You want to have the spiritual fulfillment more than the others. The other thing this also does is, this also sometimes make you want to get both the sexual fulfillment as well as the spiritual fulfillment from the partner, something which is not so easy that your partner is able to fulfill you more. So sometimes, usually, these people also may not be completely satisfied in their relations. These people need to take care of the hygiene, otherwise the sexual challenges or sexually related challenges may come in. For example, for men it may be ED, erectile dysfunction. For women there could be challenges in their hormones. Gynecological challenges may also come up, because of which the sexual life may also be affected. When Ketu is in the 9th house from the moon, this person can be somebody who is very attached to their faith and belief, and they want to learn a lot about different aspects of their faith and belief, of their religion, or whatever they have interest in. So this person may put in a lot of time, may put in a lot of research to find more and more about that religion, about that faith, or about that higher learning they want. So if somebody is say for example into occult learning, so they may want to know all sides of the occult, because Ketu is 9th from the moon. So spiritual learning may also come into question. If this person is into mantra, the person may want to know all sorts of mantras. If the person is into Gita studies, for example, the person may want to know everything in depth about every shloka about the Gita, every word about the Gita. So this may be a person who will put in a lot of effort to be able to get the spiritual learning, the higher learning. This can also be somebody who gets a number of educational qualifications, but sometimes is thinking, what do I do with this? So it's easy for them to get the qualification, they get it, and then they think, what should I do? And usually these people may end up doing something which may be more spiritual, connected to the qualification that they do. So even when they are working in an office, say for example, they have done their masters in technology and they are working even for a big company, there also their approach to work may also be that, am I fulfilled enough? Is this what am I here for? Is there a larger thing, something more meaningful that I need to do? So usually these people will also be questioning their faith and belief and the roots of their faith and belief. They may be questioning their gods. They may be questioning the culture that they are in, and so usually these people will not be full-fledged into the religion that they're doing. The religious practices may not be there, but the spiritual practices, the spiritual faith and belief will be very strong with these people. It will not be easy for them to go to foreign lands and get a degree. Usually they will get at least till a graduation level. Usually the degrees will be within the country, and they may also not feel very attached to the gurus. There may be one guru who may take them under their realm, who may be giving them the high learning, but these people who usually have a number of gurus who they go to, because one guru may not be able to fulfill either their spiritual needs or their academic qualification needs. When Ketu is in the 10th house from the moon, so this is a person who will work very, very hard in their profession, in their work, because their karma is that. Ketu 10th from moon means these people, they may not be able to get the maximum fulfillment from their work, but they look at their work as their karma, their duty, their responsibility. So they will put everything, all the energy in the work to be able to do their best. But because Ketu is in the 10th from the moon, so which means the fulfillment, the emotional fulfillment, the mental satisfaction from the work that they are doing may not be coming to them. The satisfaction may also be twofold. Either they are not able to get the complete satisfaction in what they are doing, or after putting in their biggest contribution, they are not satisfied the way they are growing, the way they are being appreciated, the way they are being acknowledged. So usually these people will be the ones who will work tirelessly, they will work very hard, they will put up very good projects, they will also do good work that their bosses seem to be able to shine in front of their bosses. But for some reason, usually because of political challenges, political issues, camps, that one person in this camp, somebody is in this camp, and this person, Ketu in the 10th from the moon, usually is in no camp. This person wants to be in good books of everybody, because that's how the person is. Sometimes the person may even not be able to identify what are the camps and what I need to say, what I don't need to say. So this is a very politically incorrect person. This is somebody who is very, very truthful, very, very principled in their work, and they work with their ultimate competence, ultimate confidentiality, and ultimate commitment also. However, their growth is slow, but once they are able to give more to the work that they do. Usually the zodiac rewards them, and sometimes these people have to quit one job and get into another company to grow, and growth within the organization is sometimes very slow. Very karmic placement. You end up doing something which over the period of time which will get you into those areas where your contribution will be much more to people, and you may not even know that you're contributing to that extent. The zodiac ensures that you fulfill your karma, you're able to do enough, and your spiritual elevation is also more ready because of the karma you do. But you need to be more careful, you need to be more principled, you need to be able to still work with a lot of commitment without looking at the material rewards to be able to get the best rewards from the zodiac. When Ketu is in the 11th house from the moon, this is a placement where you initially, in fact to large extent, to long duration of your life, you feel as if you're getting hardly anything, maybe from your social life, maybe from your career also. Usually these people may start off with small organizations but may end up working for a large brand, even a multinational corporation, big departments also. However, usually they tend to get lost in large organizations because they become either not so very important, not so very consequential, because their role is not so very high. Even if they get to the middle management position, yet their presence in the organization is not strong enough. They are not able to make their presence felt. However, though they may be contributing a lot. These are also people who may have roots across different departments. They may be knowing a lot of people, and so different people may come to them for support to be able to do their work. But when these people want somebody to stand by them and do their work, especially in the large organization point of view, only one or two people will come to them. Similarly, they have in their social life also. They may know a lot of people, but those people who are close to them, close friends, maybe one or two. And usually, this person with Ketu in the 11th from the moon will be sometimes the first person which others contact when they are in trouble. However, when you want their support, you feel there is a dearth of people beyond one or two. Even those one or two people, many times the physical distance may be so high that you may have hardly any access to anybody. So this is surely a challenging situation where from social life, social connections from large organizations, you may not be able to get the best results. However, if you are attaching yourself to some social cause, this is the best placement to be able to do a lot more to a multitude of masses, and through that over a period of time, you surely make your presence felt. Some of the people who have done very good work at a mass social cause usually have this placement, and usually this is also placement of a lot of money, huge material success very late in life also. By the time it's almost unimportant for you, yet you will be able to give a lot of, even from that material success which you may be able to get late in life, provided your work with complete resilience, perseverance, without looking at your own need, then the zodiac will reward you and you will be able to give back to the society. One of the most prolific positions to be able to do most for society. When Ketu is in the 12th from the moon, this is a very strong placement for very strong chance of spiritual elevation, provided you have been true to the moon's energy which has been given, truly been nurturing, truly been empathetic, truly been understanding to people who are the bottom of the lot, the poorest of the poor, and usually to those people who need the mental support. There may be a lot of people who may need the material support, money they need, they may be, if you give them, they may be okay, but there may be a lot of people who need the emotional nourishment, emotional support. So those people who reach out, who are depressed, who are anxious, who are fearful, who are frustrated, and they have all sorts of fears because of which they go through all these challenges. So this is a placement where you help or you get in touch with these people, or somehow you become the agony aunt for these people, or you are the one who may give such people a shoulder to cry on. So you may have friends, if you're not working for such an organization, for a charity organization, for an NGO, which usually these people may end up directly or indirectly getting attached, doing something or contributing something, then in your friend circle you may be an agony aunt, where friends may reach out to you, they feel that they can confide in you, they feel that you are somebody who's a good listener, you are very empathetic, you are very understanding, so you're overall agony aunt for the world and for the friends. And usually you end up hardly spending any money for yourself. You may earn a lot, yet you hardly spend on yourself. Most of the money goes for family or for some other causes. And when you look at end of the life, when you look at what are the material achievements, you may have achieved a lot of monies that you may have earned, but if you look at the assets around you, they may not be big. But in terms of what you have earned as karma, because you have given, you have contributed, you have helped people, this may be one of the best placement. Not only to be able to achieve the highest karma, but in fact even one of the best placement for spiritual elevation itself, moksha itself, though there is no guarantee. This may not be the best of placement to go to foreign lands, and sometimes you may also face opposition in the foreign land, to some extent even being pushed back, not being able to grow, maybe even a little racism sometimes you may be facing, or feel that you are outside of the lot, you don't belong in that place. However, if you have a very spiritual approach to working in foreign lands, that if I do well, very good, if I don't do very well, still I will contribute in whatever way, then it may be a good placement for you, though you are not a person who will enjoy the material benefits, the material life out of foreign lands. You will still feel spiritually, you will still be attached to your roots. That is the placement of Ketu, 12th house from the moon. So friends, now that we have seen how Ketu in the 12 houses from the moon will manifest different results based on how you are looking at the emotional nourishment that you can do, emotional attachment that you have, emotional denotation that you have, and how giving you are. See in which house from the moon Ketu is, whether it is placed in doshas or yogas, whether it is placed in inimical signs or friendly signs, and how well or badly moon is placed, because of that there may be different denotation, different variations which may come in for the results of Ketu in the 12 houses from the moon. So friend, like this video, share this video, and if you are looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the link given below. Till some other time, some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.